I'm very contemplative. I see through the matrix, and I'm also an extreme alpha male. In case you were wondering, you can't see my penis. Sneako is a content creator that is incredibly easy to make fun of.
I'm black, white, and Asian. I can't be racist. I'm everything.
He's low-hanging fruit, genuinely.
I get called a lot, like it's the #1 insult I get to the older crowd. You don't really know what that means. You guys definitely get called boy, right?
He's just a little guy, and he says a lot of crazy shit.
Nobody is allowed to make the John Cena invisible joke anymore. I've seen him the whole time. I see right there, he's a 45-year-old man, maybe 50, who's addicted to movies and is never gonna change, who will clearly do anything for fame. It's sad.
He's defended the movie Cuties.
So yes, some of the scenes may have been too revealing, but
which is an awesome fat L that is impossible to expunge from your record.
The thing about Cuties is it's not an unrealistic film. Like, yes, it shows children in a sexual way, but this is not unusual now. And the people who are really mad about this aren't Gen Z.
Yikes. That's rough. You admit that the children were sexualized. That is bad.
Digital footprint, digital footprint. Sneako's been the butt of many jokes and the recipient of a bunch of just negative content because he says so much dumb shit. There's been 50 rise and fall videos. He had that massive feud with Charlie.
Hey Sneako, does this outfit look familiar? This is the same thing I wore last time I took you over my knee and spanked your bottom with some discipline.
And also the Meat Canyon video, which made him look like an absolute goob.
Hey, yo, baby, hey, baby. What? Can you and your man take this into the other room, please? I can't hear myself think with all that love making you're doing.
Yeah, fine,
Thank
whatever.
You so much,
no problem.
Yeah.
No problem, Sneaky. No problem.
It's Sneako. It's Sneako.
It was awesome. It was awesome. Quite literally, I love seeing anything negative about Sneako. And I still follow him and stuff. Like, I see him online every now and then. I follow him. But it's more of like if, I don't know, like a meerkat had its own Twitter account or YouTube channel or whatever. I'm not invested, really. It's just a meerkat. I don't really care. It doesn't affect me at all. Recently, a very epic video came out by a fella named Gokunaru, okay? You may have seen some of his videos before. For example, this one about H3H3. Shit goes hard as fuck.
Warriors, prepare for battle.
I watched that video a long time ago and was like, oh my god, I should stop playing this amazing frog game and I should start doing whatever this is. But I still don't know how to read and write. So it's like, I'm getting there. I'm like almost there. Gokunaru posted this video on Sneako after a pretty long year hiatus from posting on his YouTube channel.
Feels good to be back.
The video is 2 hours long. It's a video vigilante video, which is blown up, obviously, because it is incredibly impressive. It's thorough. It's well edited. It's just good content. And Gokunaru has given us the green light to talk about this epic video. I've been wanting to make a Sneako video, and I don't like do things that require a lot of effort. So I was like, hey, this guy made a really good one. And he follows me on Twitter. let me see if I can expand upon it. Go support Gokunaru. He did literally all the work for this.
I don't know how that guy's doing right now.
He's probably not doing well.
See if you can find that video because it's so hard to watch.
This is just a fucking really entertaining thing that happened that I want to show you guys genuinely, because this video has criminally few views. It's still doing very well, but I'll do whatever I possibly can to help this guy grow. And just so you know, my video will be shit compared to his, so just go watch his, buy his merch, etc. Sneako is just a reflection of other people. He's not really a unique individual. He's like a toddler. He's got that toddler grind set, really. He's just soaking up everything. He's sponge-like.
Look, here's the most important thing to understand about Sneako. He is who he talks to. He's a chameleon, constantly trying to fit in with whoever interests him that week. I mean, there is a reason this meme exists. In an effort to catch every wave, he'll happily accept programming from anyone around him who he thinks is cool, scrapping his prior code like a good robot.
He's always like that. He's been like that from the very beginning, and he's really like that now. At the beginning of Sneako's parabola, he didn't like Dave Chappelle very much for, you guessed it, making fun of trans people repetitively and incessantly and making jokes about them.
Chappelle's last special was very mid, yo. It's just like, why do you keep talking about trans people over and over again? It's like, yo, shut up about trans people. I feel like he likes playing into the controversy a little too much. Like, he likes cancel culture. He wants to stay relevant and be in the pop culture, so he's constantly poking at what makes people like overly sensitive right now.
But Sneako found out about Matt Walsh and then changed his narrative immediately.
He watches a Matt Walsh documentary and
Matt Walsh, I want to get him on my stream so bad for an interview. Matt Walsh, you need to get him on stream, man. Come on, man. And Matt Walsh, let me interview you on my stream.
suddenly he's talking about trans people nonstop.
Trans woke. And I think this is proof of the Matrix. Trans people woke. Trans is woke. Trans activation.
I identify as your husband, and you only right now.
If you don't know who Matt Walsh is, then God bless you and your sweet, sweet, sweet soul. I can't stand any of these people. That was a big flop. Then he met Nick Fuentes. Okay, another flip. He's racist now.
He talks to this guy.
What do you think of other people who are racist?
I honestly, I don't really approve.
He thinks that white people should stick to white people. Most of my friends growing up were Jews. My best friends were black people and Jewish people.
Which sounds racist.
The end of every conspiracy theory, you go down the rabbit holes, always Jews.
It's real.
Cool, man. Sneako, that's very awesome. I cannot imagine meeting Nick Fuentes and ever wanting to absorb a single thing that he says. He is like the just least likable looking guy of all time. I don't think I've ever heard him say anything ever.
We're getting back in the Dodge Challenger. Let's flip and go. Yeah.
And just before this, Sneako was caught in the act telling his chat not to be racist.
Don't say monkey, you f***ing racist in the chat. Yo, mods, ban these f***ing racists in here. It's not about race, you idiot. Look at this sad-ass white boy in the chat who doesn't get any calling a black girl a f***ing monkey. Ban him right now. You're stupid.
Maybe Sneako views these people the same way I do. It's like they're meerkats. They're just like little animals, and they're just harmless. But obviously not, because he is like consistently interacting with them and kind of posturing himself beside them. And he's on Rumble or Bumble. He's trying to find love. All right. Sneako used to be so open-minded that he talked about his struggle to find his own sexual preferences from his childhood.
When I was like 14, I thought I was gay. I watched gay. Bro, I went to a gay nightclub with my gay friends. I saw a muscular dude twerking, and I know that I'm not gay. It's not for me.
But then he met someone who disliked gay people, and then he kind of switched up on that.
It's the heights of depravity. It's a complete absence of God. It also manifests itself in like mass murder.
And suddenly he feels the same way about gay people.
Like the LGBT thing, it's just deviant acts. It's perverted. I really think it's something that's demonic, and I think a lot of these people are actually possessed. Gay people can't reproduce, so they reproduce by coming for the children. They don't want kids. They don't want straight kids. They want more gay people. That's why it's not about acceptance. It's about making everybody gay. They get more gay people by touching a kid.
That's a bold claim, Sneako. They're demonic. Is that right? Is there demonic? Now comes the best part, because this is not political. Whether or not the earth is flat, it's not a political thing.
I'm the best hope to prove the flat earth.
Moments after launching, a homemade rocket crashed into the open desert in California Saturday. On board, Mike Hughes. It would be the final act of the self-styled daredevil known as Mad Mike. His mission was to fly to the edge of outer space to ultimately see whether the earth is flat.
It's just like people who wore robes in ancient Greece figured this out.
That man was Eratosthenes, a Greek mathematician and the head of the Library of Alexandria.
People before that had ideas about it. People thought that the world, the universe, the solar system, the area where we are was geocentric. They believed the earth was the center of that. And that, okay, that makes sense to believe that the earth is flat maybe or something. But as soon as people start realizing that it's a heliocentric solar system and there's planets and celestial bodies, like it's been around for a long time. This is not a political thing that you can just kind of believe because you want to be on one side of the coin. Well, I think Sneako believed that because when someone said the earth is round, he agreed and believes that it's round. He agreed with them because it is round.
Do you think the earth is flat or not?
I think it's round.
Yeah, I think it's round too.
But then he met someone who said the earth is flat.
Yeah, type of 1 if you're a globetrot, 2 if you're flat-pilled. So it's a lot of 2s. I would say it's 80% 2s.
Sun, flat earth, black sun, dome.
And doesn't believe the earth is round. And guess what, guys?
The earth is flat. Can we just stop pretending that it's a globe? Nonsense.
Who is this guy? What the f?
Have you ever held a tennis ball?
Yeah, I play tennis.
Where's the flat part in a tennis ball? There's none. It's round everywhere, right?
Yeah.
So it's always curved.
Yeah.
Ball. Every time you hold the ball. That's what I'm saying. So why?
Wait. That metaphor made no sense.
How dumb are you when Fusi is the one who's fucking checking you on your facts, bro? Are you shitting my dicky? That reminds me of a video I saw a long time ago. I'm trying to find something round right now. Pretend this is spherical and not cylindrical, okay? Pretend this is a sphere. I saw this guy who was like, sir. He didn't sound like this. He said he was a pilot. A lot of pilots believe the earth is flat, believe it or not, for some reason. So he's like, check this out. If the earth is round, then how do you explain this? Truly, the flat earth one makes just so little sense. So little fucking sense. It's like, at least with the other ones, it could be explained through just having like a political leaning or believing, you know, some kind of religious text.
If the earth is spinning at one rotation every 24 hours, that means that every hour it has to turn 15 degrees. And if the gyroscope is mounted anywhere on earth, it's going to drift. In today's 21st century navigation systems, they're using what's called a ring laser gyroscope.
But the earth is flat? Dude, how dumb, how fucking stupid. How fucking stupid.
If we could simply get one of these ring laser gyroscopes, we would be able to prove once and for all that there is no rotation to the earth. One of the people in the community actually purchased one for $20,000. But what we found is when we turned on that gyroscope, we found that we were picking up a drift, a 15-degree-per-hour drift.
Well, we're figuring it out. We're actually learning about how stupid someone can be. Thanks to Gokunaru and thanks to Sneako, actually. This is awesome. Why has Sneako switched up so many times? Well, because Sneako has no father. He's looking for a daddy.
Sneako has always been looking for a master. You know, someone to raise him up, to lead him down a path of success. That's right. Sneako's always been looking for a daddy.
This is what male daddy issues turn into. It's actually true. It really is true. It really is true. Please, if you are a father, love your son. Holy f***. Tell him you love him a lot. He does have a father, but he has issues with his father because he's always searching. He's literally just always searching for a dad.
If there's any fucking influencer idiot who thinks they know shit, who's on anywhere on the internet, I have his fucking address, his mom's address, his dad's address, where they all fucking live, where they work, where his banking is, all the pictures of him naked, his ex-girlfriends, and all of it. Standard protocol. I got all of it. I've got all everything because I've got an organization of thousands of men who will do anything for me. You think I can't find out shit? I want to join. So good to meet you, friend.
That sounds like organized crime, to be honest, Andrew Tate. But don't do that to me, though. I have a lot to hide. All right, I have a lot to hide, specifically at the following coordinates. Don't look those coordinates up. All right, instead go to sour.gg and buy some candy. Just kidding, it's probably sold out, you fucks. It sells out every 5 minutes. Sneako's real daddy, Andrew Tate, has all the power in the world, as you just saw. He just admitted basically to having like an organized crime syndicate, or an organized syndicate of men who are willing to do whatever he wants. What is that? What would that technically be? That's like the YMCA, I think.
YMCA, it's fun to stay at the YMCA.
Big Daddy just molds baby's soft spot head that's Play-Doh and turns it into turns it into him. Sneako makes his head the shape. It's his role model.
Who do you look up to?
I don't look up to anyone, bro.
You should have a role model.
Why?
Every man should have or else how do you act? How do you base your decisions?
On what I think is right. Who do you think acts right and who do you think acts wrong?
Someone like Tate.
Now, this chameleon NPC type behavior has not come without consequences, to be fair. He cannot make a decision or have a basis of rationale without a role model involved, a daddy, literally. And this has led him to his downfall, guys. A downfall for himself that he has made. He's made the bed. He's only on Bumble now or whatever. It turns out constantly reshaping your personality whenever you are around new people quickly can make you lose your identity. Even young Sneako wouldn't be proud of where Sneako is now.
We spend time crafting this image of ourselves with filters, music quotes, and edgy tweets. It's pretty much like making a Sims character. How you see me on YouTube is this person that I create.
This is me when I was that age. I was modding Borderlands. I was a bot. Quite literally. So this is what we've learned so far from Gokunaru's video, and really just the plight of Sneako and where he has been and what he's been doing online. And I think all this stuff is pretty clear for most people. A lot of the people who just don't listen to him can see this. They can see that he's fake and disingenuous. Ingenuine? I don't know the word. I don't know what the words are. You know, hate me. Fuck me. After you. I don't really care. On top of all this, Sneako is a cuck, literally. And he is also a terrible lover, terrible partner. Believe me, I would know. Not that I'm also a terrible lover, but I was insinuating that Sneako and I have made love. We haven't, but you know, we have. Sneako specifically likes women who are stupid and easy to manipulate, like every alpha male does. He likes women comparable to Roombas, who just do what they're told. That is a bold comparison.
What I want you to do is just be pleasant and smile and comply and obey. I want you to
shut up and clean and stay home and don't do anything. Just be an object in the crib.
You need to just stand there, hold my beer, hold my cigar, make me foop, also clean my whoop, also powder my bum, and shower my body, and also keep pay my bills. And you do all that and I'll be all right. Maybe me and Sneako aren't so different. All the women that Sneako has been with publicly all eventually turn sour, and that is 100% his own fault and a result of his own lifestyle. He had a long distance relationship with a girlfriend. He decided to start and try to do an open relationship with that girlfriend, which is very awesome. And everybody knows that always works.
What is it like being in an open relationship?
Who said we were?
I might have talked about it on a podcast.
But on the podcast, but not with me. Talk about it, but did we put it in effect? I don't think so.
We didn't.
No.
So he was just lying about it because he thought that his girlfriend couldn't handle it, which is even more awesome.
It's not cheating, but I was sleeping around and I was lying about it because I didn't think she could handle it.
Nah, he's just a good guy.
Sneako wants a loyal woman, but then just cheats on them instead. You can't have both of those things, to be fair. If you're cheating and she cheats, you can't go cry about it on Twitter. That's not how it works. Constant communication and upkeep to maintain that constant communication, which maintains trust. Just not even asking that's just not gonna work. That's not how it works. Does that make sense? Let me know if it makes sense or not. All right. Sneako's next girlfriend is Maria, the one he brought to sex parties, which is demonic and hedonistic.
Meet Maria. This is the girl that Sneako would go to sex parties with.
John's like, how do you find these girls? Like, you don't. You need to turn them.
Was she comfortable with the sex parties? Or?
Before me, no, bro. And even she said after, like, if we break up, like, I can never be in a monogamous relationship again.
He brought Maria to a swinger party and watched her have sexual relations with another guy.
Whatever happens inside that party, it just stays at the party. Like, yeah. So I saw her, I've seen her other men. First time, as soon as I saw it, like 3 pumps in, I just got up and walked out. I'm just like, I can't.
The internet turned on him, by the way. This is second to none to cuties. You cannot be an alpha male and then be fine with letting someone have sex with your girlfriend.
Watched another guy have sex with your girlfriend.
What kind of cuck shit is that?
I feel like this experience, along with Andrew Tate, just really soured your brain, bro.
Fuck you, bro.
Yeah, that's the manliest thing you ever can do, bro. Him being known as a cuck ruined the way that everyone perceives his online personality. He was almost like an Andrew Tate. Now he's just a joke. Now it's not possible to follow Sneako. Cuties first, cuck now. It's not possible. Then, as you can imagine, he doubled down on it because he is the alpha male guy, right? That's what alpha males do. They double down on stuff. That's what people who have thoughts that are logically sound in their brains do.
I wanted to share this and talk about it because I feel like you should try to see your girl get down. I think it will really test your ego. It's going to test your masculinity.
Ideally, you'd want to have 3 girlfriends. Did you ever say that to your girl?
Yeah, I've told her that, but like, that's not realistic. She doesn't want that.
Hey man, test your ego and masculinity. I recommend anyone who thinks that that's a good idea to always do it. If you have an inkling of that being a good idea in your mind, please do it immediately. Film it, tag me, okay? I want to see what happens. Just test your ego and your masculinity, guys. I'm on Sneako's side now. Shoo, fuck. I really want to see how as many people do that, what Sneako just recommended, as possible. I want to see how much damage that causes to the world. He did it. He's fine. Everyone should do it. In fact, if you do it, you'll end up like him, being very rich and successful and widely respected by peers. I promise. After he got bullied, he decided to switch it up a little bit and stop being a and start calling people which is really interesting.
This guy was so stuck in being a limp cuck.
Thanks so much. This is a cuck.
What studies? Is it true? What study? Evolution, you fucking cuck.
This video is so fucking good, dude. Just go watch Gokunaru's videos. Stop watching my videos. Such shit. And then, guys, guess what? He goes through the natural progression of all things, and that is eventually wanting more than one girlfriend.
Muslims, please, can I join y'all? I want 4 wives. Islam sounds dope. You get 4 of them, they don't complain too much, and they're not gonna cheat.
With his girlfriend saying she doesn't care, but wants it to be respectful because, you know, having more than one girlfriend is a very respectful thing.
Girl, how does she feel about you having other girls, and does she ever want you to stop, or would she ever care if you don't stop?
I don't really care as long as it's respectfully.
He then asks another girlfriend if he and her are monogamous, and then compares her to a steak and wants a little spinach on the side and wine to make the steak better. He's comparing his romantic partner, his partners to food, which is interesting.
I can't even have like one little thing on the side. Just a little spinach, you know? Like you're the steak, I just want a little bit of spinach. Because you get the side, but you're the main course.
I understand.
Aw, such a gentleman.
Can I get some wine with that steak too?
What?
Babe, I swear, you're the double quarter pounder with Big Mac sauce, and they're just a medium fry and cherry cola. Babe, I swear. Then another girl, Xena, who totally isn't his girlfriend and just runs his Discord server, she had a lot to say.
Another girlfriend was Xena. Yeah, she made a lot of claims about him when he cast her to the side. I don't really care if they're true or not, but him getting someone this pissed off, it kind of speaks to how he treats his women, right?
It seems like he didn't want to be seen courting her because she has an OnlyFans, and the internet would completely bully him for something like that. They would destroy him for that. And she's had a great lot to say about our boy Sneako here.
Sneako apparently refused to say her name in public when he was listing all of his girlfriends, preferring to just refer to her as the girl that runs his Discord.
But one of them runs my Discord server.
Because she used to have an OnlyFans.
Then there's the epic texts of him allegedly trying to get MDMA that she leaked, and we're not sure if these are real. I saw these when these first came out, and I was like, that makes sense, you know. That makes sense. Bro is a practicing Muslim who does MDMA and dates girls with OnlyFans. Wow. He then starts to cope a bit and says, they're not my girlfriend. Just because they fall in love with me doesn't mean I'm responsible for them. Even fucking Flat Earth Filbert says he's coping.
They're not my girls, and I never fucking said they were. Just because a girl falls in love with me doesn't mean I'm responsible for them.
That's literally the biggest culp I've ever heard.
Why? You know how many girls are
gonna burn in hell for that one?
Sure.
That's not good, dude. That's quite a hole. He was, in fact, coping incredibly hard, and he just fucking lies and downplays the cuck charges. He just loves downplaying the cuck charges.
So I get called a cuck for going to a swinger party 3 years ago. I'm not in that relationship anymore.
And then he got exposed for visiting her in Japan. Just be honest, man. Just be honest. Just come out and say it. Just come out and say it. I don't understand. Sneako even went to the point of betraying his best bud, Destiny, for being a cuck. I don't know if he's his best bud, I'm not really sure, but he betrayed him to take people's eyes off of his cuckdom and point it to, I don't really fucking know, to be honest.
Destiny still actively has a cuck relationship. It's ironic that I get called a cuck more, even though I have a couple girlfriends. They are monogamous to me. They do not talk to other men. I made a lot of them delete social media. They don't sell their body online. They are loyal to me.
Hey man, just in case you're wondering, they're loyal to him. He controls them 100%. In fact, they're not even humans. He's actually trafficking them. Or no, that's just what I interpret. I don't know if he's like alluding to that. It's just he really is following in the fucking steps of Andrew Tate. They're not autonomous human beings, I think is what he's saying, and he has total control over their bodily autonomy, their mental autonomy, and he got that control thanks to his physiognomy. Just kidding. He's a dweeb. Fellas willing to burn a bridge, just Skype them cuck charges, I guess. Genuinely, I've never seen someone so split and hypocritical and just cucked in every single way, mentally especially, than Sneako. Sneako is the ultimate just non-human. He's a chimera of all the things that are toxic on the internet, it seems like, and he just says stuff. For some reason, people still follow him. I don't understand it. Now, kind of to circle back with this Bud Destiny thing, the whole Sneako stabbing people in the back, it's something that's happened a lot. For example, Mr. Beast.
Freaking Tom Cruise, but no one thinks you look like Tom Cruise. I hear it all the time. I look like Tom Cruise, right? Yeah. See? She just said yeah. That doesn't mean anything. See? She said I'm not lying.
Sneako the kind of fella that if you inconvenience him, tell him no, or do anything that isn't just quite literally polishing his peckerwood or propping him up for success, he will stab you in the back. Metaphorically. ironically, I don't want to catch any allegations or hands. Oh, I don't know where Sneako has shooters. This is actually one of the first topics that Gokunaru talks about in his video, but in my video, which is just essentially talking about Gokunaru's video, I think it's important to talk about it right after setting up and showing you guys how he has relationships with the people in his life. So now, just in case you're wondering what happens when you turn your back on him, well, let's ask Mr. Beast. Hey, Jimothy. Yeah, I hope your candy company fails. And also, what about Sneako? Just kidding. I don't hope his candy company fails. I'm just joking. I just joke around. I just say shit that's not true a lot to make people upset. And I'm sorry for that. That's a sin, I think. Just like watching someone f your girlfriend. Now I didn't know this, and thanks to Gokunaru's video, now I do. Mr. Beast is apparently the first person that Sneako really truly betrayed publicly that we have a lot of evidence for.
Right after I got fired, I was tight. I made like a Mr. Beast exposed video trying to like get some redemption from it.
Sneako actually used to be friends with Mr. Beast. And Sneako was relevant a very long time ago, and they both made content, and according to Sneako, they would essentially take turns passing each other in sub count and relevance. I need to fix my little lightsaber here.
Crazy, because I knew him for years. He was always commenting, encouraging me, saying positive things. He would pass me, I would pass him. And then out of nowhere, he blew up. It really just tested my ego. Why does he have 1 million subs? Like, I'm talented, right? I inspired him.
But when Mr. Beast blew up to a astronomical level, it hurt Sneako's ego because he felt entitled to the same level of success as Mr. Beast because they were such great friends. He even claimed that he inspired Mr. Beast. How the f did you do that? Let's ask Jimmy. Hey, Jimmy. How's that candy company going? I don't know, Jimmy. He seems like a nice guy, though. I like him a lot. After Mr. Beast blew up, believe it or not, Sneako would work for him. They went from being friends / colleagues to employer and employee. He would even appear in Mr. Beast videos. What the fuck?
Let's try it now. It should work. All right. Darn, I really thought that worked.
How did I not know that Mr. Beast was chilling? Did you guys know that Mr. Beast was chilling with Sneako 5 years ago? I was playing Amazing Frog. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. Sorry, sir. And believe it or not, Sneako didn't want to be involved in this. And honestly, I don't blame him. Yeah, they stopped working together after a short time, which is interesting.
He paid me well. I stayed there in a hotel. I got paid well. But then I didn't get the call back to work with him again that summer. His manager said, nah, you don't need to come anymore. Never mind.
And there's a couple different variations of the reason as to why they stopped working together and why their relationship ended. Sneako at one point said that he just didn't get a call back from Mr. Beast's manager. And other times he says that he quit because he didn't like the direction the videos were going.
Ultimately, I decided that I wanted to be a voice more than anything. That's just not what I wanted to do. I've always wanted to be somebody who could use their voice to shake the room. I'd like to have that impact and talk about politics, social issues, and talk about what's really going on. And that just wasn't the direction of Mr. Beast's content.
Probably he just was a loser and they didn't want him around. And he's just, I don't know, his frosted tips they got tired of or some shit. I don't know. And then Sneako did the unthinkable. He posted a video called Exposing Mr. Beast, which stabbed his former friend and employer in the back. Unfortunately, Sneako's YouTube channel is deleted and so is that video, but he's talked about why he uploaded it in the past on podcast interviews, believe it or not. And this is just a thing that's happened too. Like Mr. Beast, it seems like people just make exposed videos whenever they leave his company because it's just an easy way to kind of start a career or something. I don't know. People don't really have that good of reasons to expose him so far. Wait until I make a video exposing Mr. Beast. He talks about how fake Mr. Beast was on and then off camera.
He was running it like a production company. The different, like when the camera was on and when the camera was off, he'd be like, okay, I forgot to do another take. Hey guys, and today we're gonna, oh God, this one. This is like Jimmy Fallon. I don't like this. The reason I like the internet video creation was because it wasn't that. And I would be having the same conversation with you guys right now if the cameras were on and the mics were off. He was creating a wall. I just didn't resonate with that. And that upset me.
Almost as if people who are on camera act differently to get people to watch their videos, and like there's like a performance. It's like a performance kind of. You kind of are different a little bit when you're on camera, so unless you're just really extremely energetic all the time. He's also said he got caught up in his ego. He said that towards the end of this clip.
It didn't last long because I got caught up with my ego. I was working for a guy that used to be my fan. And this was during a time when I wasn't uploading on YouTube at all. But Mr. Beast, in just a few weeks, completely changed my outlook on life.
By the way, he made an actual exposed video full of hatred, and it was anger. It was anger based. It wasn't like really logical. But apparently, according to Sneako, within 4 minutes of the video being up, Mr. Beast called him like the fucking Lorax.
I ended up posting that exposed video on Mr. Beast, and it was only up for 4 minutes before he called me.
And he just took it down because of his Mr. Rogers voice or some shit. I don't know, dude. He just caved, or maybe Mr. Beast threatened him with bodily harm with shooters. I don't know, dude. He didn't stand by the video though. That's the important thing, which is fine, I guess, but like it doesn't really make sense from the perspective of the Sneako type character. He's not like a rational guy. He's not really that like rational kind of trying things on the fence guy. He's the guy who just listens to what other people say and then incorporates that into his own identity and aesthetic. And also in this video, he talks about before he did that to Mr. Beast, he did the same thing to Keemstar.
That made me realize right after that I had done the same thing before.
I've ruined a relationship with someone who didn't deserve it.
3 years ago, I did the same thing when I didn't get the job with Keemstar, and it's because I was entitled.
Very reliable character. Also, I understand the irony of me just repeating basically everything that Gokunaru says in this video. And the reason I wanted to make a video on this is because I feel like he said everything about Sneako that I feel better than I've ever been able. I've never made a video really on Sneako, I don't think. It's just a really solid exposed video that I completely and totally agree with. Pretty much. Gokunaru is my daddy. And then Sneako talks more about him exposing Keemstar, and he seems like such a fucking baby, bro. Like this is some baby shit.
Another thing that everyone must know about Sneako is that he does not follow the golden rules of YouTube. All right? Any YouTuber knows you do not disclose any private conversations with
That's
other
coming from
YouTubers.
Drama Alert right here.
It is coming from Drama Alert. It is coming from Drama Alert. We don't, and I believe Frida would back me up here, we don't disclose anything that is private, and we never will.
Sneako's talked about this multiple times, and Gokunaru does a fantastic job encapsulating it in one edit. Believe it or not. Oh, y'all.
You found that with
Keemstar, I had an opportunity to work for him. I got the job right away. He wanted me to do a reading. I did the reading and he didn't like it.
And then when I told you it wasn't good privately.
Instead of taking that as professional criticism, I just thought, who's this guy to tell me my work isn't good?
You couldn't accept the fact that you did a bad job.
So are you noticing a pattern yet? It is a pattern that completely continues. In 2020, Andrew Schultz of the Flagrant Podcast, a excellent piece of media that exists online.
Have you ever been to a furry convention?
Oh. What? Put on a competition to find an editor, and Sneako made a submission.
I'm literally seeing stars. You want me to hand job now? Toss a little bit.
Interesting. Yeah. I know it's fake. That's not a real dick. That can't be a real dick.
It looks fat though.
He was recognized for his talent by Andrew himself on Twitter, and he was ultimately picked as a Weenor. He got offered the job to edit from Andrew Schultz, but turned it down, and then he made a video about it, and this was stabbing Andrew in the back.
You found one in Andrew Schultz.
Yeah, this happened repeatedly. Andrew Schultz.
Schultz offered me a job, like an editing job.
But he was too Jewish, so he made an exposed video about him.
I sent like laughing emojis when I said no. That's what you get, you f***ing bitch, you f***ing Waluigi looking cunt.
He said he didn't want to be Andrew's bitch. What the f***? You quite literally are being Andrew's bitch by making a submission on Twitter. This doesn't even make sense, bro. What are you f***ing doing?
When I moved up here, I had no plan other than get on stage as much as I can. And I completely agree with...
That has nothing, I'm agreeing with, that has nothing to do with editing for $50 for Andrew Schultz and being his...
It doesn't, and
I want to do the open mics and get on stage, but I just don't want to be a slave for this dude.
Well, you're past open mic.
He didn't want to work for Mr. Beast. He wanted to be Mr. Beast. He didn't want to work for Andrew Schultz. He wanted to be Andrew Schultz. Go f*** you. But yes, I do want to be your editor, and I will spend literally hours of a day trying to prove my worth as your editor and prove my validity and try to get some form of approval from you, rather. But actually, I don't, because my ego is incredibly fragile and I cannot make up my mind as to who I am or what I want to do. Sneako also has done stand-up.
You guys look like...
Nico doing stand-up comedy.
You've been getting shitted on all night for being millennials. You know what's funny? They're not even millennials, right? You're 21, 22. You're Gen Z. They're just trying to not die from climate change and antidepressants.
He reminds me of a toddler, dude. What's up with these YouTubers and their toddler builds? How come so many people are built like toddlers? They're built like they didn't go through puberty or something. Jack Doherty, Sneako, what is up with that? I just don't get it. I don't understand, man. I looked more like a man when I was 7 years old. I looked like Sneako when I was 7 years old. This is pretty funny though.
Walking around LA, it's cool, but I realize I kind of look like a handsome lesbian. I'm not supposed to laugh at that. Racially ambiguous and stuff, you know. When I was a kid, they said I looked like an Asian Barack Obama. I'll take it. I'm mixed, if anyone cares. Anyone mixed in here? A couple? No? Wow, not one? Just clapping for sympathy. Being mixed is cool, but, you know, when you date a white girl, I went on a date with a white girl last week, and they never know what expectations to have. You know what I mean? I told her that I'm Asian and black. She said, "You're Asian and black? So..."
Hey guys, just in case you didn't know, he's Asian and black, so she didn't know how long his is. That's me explaining the joke for you guys. And then this is like Brennan Schwab. Brennan Schwab kind of comedy stand-up. It's pretty good. And just so you're wondering, much like Brennan Schwab, he invited himself on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Joe Rogan, I did a great job on the Jinxie podcast. I am banned on most places. I'm not banned on Spotify. I think we have a great conversation. The MMA community is talking about me nonstop. I'm one of the most canceled mainstream streamers in the world ever. We gotta have a good conversation.
Wow. Very embarrassing. I'm not sure what that was. That was pretty embarrassing. Part of Sneako's comedy routine, to go back to that, he also talks about, makes a joke about telling his dad that he's gay, which is the next topic we'll be going into. Sneako loves men.
When you drop out and you have mixed parents, they always have really different reactions every time. My dad's from Haiti. I told him I dropped out. He's actually kind of excited. Oh, you comedian? No problem. Oh. So I was happy. He had a positive reaction. I told my dad, "I'm gay." He went, oh. For those of you that don't know, that's Haitian Creole translation for "I don't love my son anymore."
Sneako has a bit of a love-hate relationship with the word gay. It's like two sides of the same coin. He's constantly in a battle with himself. He says he's not gay, but he says things like he is gay a lot. He makes jokes about being gay a lot. He gets it when he wipes, he said.
I'm not gay, but when I wipe, I get it. It makes sense. You get that crumb out after a long day. Sorry, I told Rudy I wasn't going to be dirty. I won't do the rest of it.
I'm assuming that means that he understands why people are gay because he likes the way it feels on his butthole when he wipes. I think that's what he's saying. You guys like me trying to explain comedy? Yes, sir! Then he also denounces the gay community, literally calls them demonic.
If everybody was gay, then they would have nothing. They take satisfaction in doing something they're not supposed to do. They enjoy being deviants.
Being a deviant is your entire brand, buddy.
Really think it's something that's demonic, and I think a lot of these people are actually possessed.
So you think if someone's gay, they're just wrong?
I don't think anyone's born gay.
Or uses gay as an insult, which is pretty lame.
Yo, Chad, is this gay, yes or no? I'm putting bananas in his hole.
Bodybuilding competitions are gay.
Sports are gay, right? Being an artist is gay?
There's no artist in history who was ever even straight. They're so f***ing.
Yeah, that's true. Marlon Brando was sucking.
He also tweeted this, which is the KKK, and that is a greater than symbol. And then he's comparing it to the LGBT community, which is, I mean, just like not even in the realm of like, I don't understand how you could make the comparison. That is 5 million views. Sneako just says things.
What's your thoughts on this whole LGBTQ?
If we're gonna be completely
honest,
they've all been molested. And then now they're just confused and they're trying to act out and they're recreating the trauma that they had when they were younger.
And he's not really like a grifter, I don't think. He's not just doing it to get money because he's banned everywhere. He's a massive failure. He's a grifter from a new perspective. He's a grifter. He's an idiot grifter. That's what he is. Like, I'd have some respect for him if he was such an effective grifter, you know, like me or any other commentary YouTuber, and then he could just talk about whatever and then, you know, fucking try to be reasonable and people just say you're grifting because your opinion changes over time. No, he's literally changing his opinion to be the least amount appealing to the broadest amount of people for some reason, because you can't just be right about all these things. KKK is not better than the LGBT community. The earth is not flat. Like, what good do you have by fucking saying these things. He really hates the gay community though, and also says he's gay a lot, which is extremely confusing. He says gay people don't produce anything good.
Gay people does not produce anything good. Like, that's just the truth.
Oh yeah.
What about a gay family that adopted a bunch of kids who needed a home?
Yeah, but that kid's gonna grow up weird because it's not gonna have the proper family dynamic.
What? He says that Rome fell as the result of same-sex relationships and sexual liberation, which is just not even remotely true.
There's a quote, I don't know who it's from, but I think it's a Greek philosopher said that nudity will destroy society.
Right, because Greek philosophers are notorious for having a problem with nudity.
Everyone starts to be sexually liberated. That is the destruction of a society in real time. It happened in Rome when they started doing all the same-sex stuff.
I'm gonna project my delusional reality onto everybody else because I'm confident.
I mean, I've heard a lot of specifically right-wing people talk about that, like the fall of Rome is when the focus becomes just gender and sexuality, and that's when civilizations fall. But there's like no actual evidence of that being the case. I've researched it. I've looked into it, and there really isn't like an actual rational basis for that line of thought. It makes no sense.
Being gay was never normalized among the plebeians of Rome, and among the leadership it was practiced since the empire's inception, with some of the most highly regarded emperors being openly gay. Sneako promotes all these ideas so that he can bring up religion as the cure to a corrupt society. He'll say those things not knowing that the Roman Empire actually converted to Christianity 200 years before the Western Empire's collapse. Historically speaking, on a mass scale, religion can't cure a collapsing society. It's a tool used to control the masses.
It was just like governmental corruption and Germanic wars. It's kind of obvious. It's not gender and sexuality, Sneako.
Several problems eroded the structure of the Roman Empire in its later years. Perhaps the best known, and possibly the most significant, was the invasion of the territory of the empire by tribes which the Romans called barbarians. The main groups of barbarians which troubled the Western Roman Empire were Germanic tribes.
He also says that since gay people can't reproduce, they spread by going after children.
Gay people can't reproduce, so they reproduce by coming for the children. They don't want kids, they don't want straight kids, they want more gay people. That's why it's not about acceptance, it's about making everybody gay. They get more gay people by touching a kid.
Like it's some kind of gay virus or something like that. It's a pathogen, it's like a mind virus he's insinuating here, which Trevor Moore has a really funny song about that.
And they made all the kids be gay in school, 'cause some gays got married.
Which is ironic, by the way, and I love that. And rest in peace, Trevor Moore. May God rest your soul. These are just really dumb things. I genuinely think that his opinions on this are just the worst. They just completely show how stupid he is, because it's not political, it's just purely illogical and easily disprovable. And I don't know if gay people go after children to make them gay. Last time I checked, you were kind of born that way. That's just what I believe. I really don't know. No, I haven't done research into that. If gay people infect children, I'm not sure it's a club as much as it is a sexual proclivity that is inherited. I don't really know. Even though he says all this, he also says that he used to think he was gay and watched gay.
Like when I was like 14, I thought I was gay. I watched gay.
He went to a gay nightclub with his gay friends.
Bro, I went to a gay nightclub with my gay friends. I saw a muscular dude twerking, and I know that I'm not gay. It's not for me.
He also talks about going to a queer night at a rave, and there was gay people making out, and his homophobic friends, he had to calm down because they were enraged by how gay everyone was.
I went to a rave for the first time last night. I've never been to a rave before. It was queer night at the rave. There's fun for everyone. There's gonna be more gay guys than usual, and they're gonna be making out, but you get to still have fun. I don't have a problem. There's girls there, but the two friends I was with are kind of homophobic. They're standing around there like, nah, we gotta leave. I'm like, dude, we just got rejected from the first one. Close your eyes a little bit and find a girl. Like, you do not be comfortable around a couple gay people. Like, whatever. I don't have a problem.
He also said that he's not gay, but it would be cool if he was gay.
Are you gay? Someone asked. I'm not gay. I'm not gay. Being gay would be kind of cool, though. You wouldn't have to deal with women.
I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. So in the past, he's talked a lot about gay stuff, and he's very, very contrived in his current stance on the LGBT community. He also says that he hates women. Also, he bases his entire personality on the strongest, most ideal man at the moment. He's watched his girlfriend get railed by dudes. He also has flirted with gay guys and goes to gay bars. I mean, the writing's on the wall. I think. It seems like this just hatred and rage and just lack of rationality and illogical behavior is a result of him denying his true self. That's what I think, potentially. It's called projecting. And much like the Earth being round was discovered as a psychological feat quite a long time ago. So now, Sneako responded to this video, Gokunaru's video, and he was like, I don't understand how you could watch this and not just be f***ing annihilated, dude. It's so funny. He called him a pasty white guy. He attacked the way he looks and his character, obviously.
You guys are proving my point about YouTube, about how all of you can look at the physiognomy and you can tell exactly what somebody believes. When they have the long hair, pasty white dude who looks like they never go outside, guess what? They're not gonna like what we talk about. They're not gonna like when we're doing exercises. They're not gonna like when we're going to the gym, when we're doing collabs, when we're making noise, when we're saying things that gets you canceled and censored because it's true. They don't like that. It makes them feel inferior. So they're gonna make constant documentaries about me.
He also said that he must be depressed to make a video like that. I don't even know what the f that means.
If people are so depressed with their shitty lives that they need to make 3-hour-long videos analyzing and hyperanalyze everything I've done, going into my Discord and recording stuff like that, going to collaborations I've done and recording that, if they need to spend thousands of dollars in order to speak about me, let them live, because they're not going to be able to do anything without it.
To make a poignant video that is consistent throughout, that has an actual beginning, a middle, and an end, that gets the subject to even watch it and recreate it and makes that subject feel upset, you have to be depressed in order to do that? That doesn't really track. Eventually his response just becomes a weird religious tirade where he spirals into just talking about devil worship. He loves talking about spiritual warfare. That's like the thing that these people pretend to know about. Spiritual warfare. He says when you're God-fearing and have principles, you're able to create. And that's ironic because like the sort of the main point of Gokunaru's video is that Sneako is a man that lacks principle and just changes his principles on a dime, depending on who the bigger, beefier, more handsome man is in the room speaking. Sneako is like the king of Rohan, and Andrew Tate and other alpha males are Grima Wormtongue. Lord of the Rings reference. He's not welcome. Yes, I don't really understand what he's saying here. He's made fucking exposed videos on Mr. Beast, Keemstar, other people. I mean, he just makes, he's literally said KKK is better than the fucking LGBT. I mean, like, how can you possibly say something so evil and in such a broad stroke and overgeneralizing, and then expect anyone to think anything that you say should be taken seriously? I have no idea what exactly his true response is, but I think when he starts invoking religion and calling the people that are critical of him devil worshippers, it's clearly something that's gotten under his skin and something that he feels the need to fall on his faith for to deal with. I really don't fucking know. Anyways, guys, Gokunaru's video is fantastic. This one is shit. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you didn't, I understand. Go sub to Gokunaru, and I will see you in the next video.